Hey, I'm Holly Taylor, and I'm going to show you all of the steps of the trading game in Link's Awakening. First up, you need to go over to the crane game and pay the fee to play, and we're going to try to get that Yoshi doll. The key to this is that you can only move in each direction once, so you're just going to briefly hold it to move up, and then we're going to position it over Yoshi and let go, and let the crane do the rest. This kid lets you know that his mom wants the Yoshi doll, and she lives in this house at the top of the village. The ribbon gets traded to one of the smaller BowWows at Madam MeowMeow's house. In this side opening right here. We're going to trade the dog food to Ciao at the beach. And he gives us bananas. Next, we're going to take the bananas into the prairie. And we'll give the bananas to this monkey. And Kiki and Kiki's friends will help build us a bridge to the castle. Thanks, Kiki. And next we get the stick. Now that we have the stick, we can come back to the prairie and we'll find Tarin over here by this tree. Let him borrow your stick and he'll have some bees chase him away and you can grab the honeycomb that gets dropped. The next step is to go to the animal village. I've already been there, so I have it as a warp point. The bear that lives in this house right here will give you the pineapple in exchange for the honeycomb. The next step in the trading sequence is to come all the way up by the mountain at the top of the map, right where my character is right now. And if you go up this ladder and enter this cave, you can exit out right here. And we can see Papa waving to us. We can get to him by going this way. Remember he told us we'd find him lost on the mountain earlier? He needs to eat something, so we give him our pineapple. And in return, he hands over a hibiscus flower. Our next destination is back in the animal village to Christine's house, which is this one right here. Christine wants the hibiscus flower. And she tells you she has a pen pal. So we have to go find Mr. Wright's house. And I'm going to go back to the warp point. I don't have a warp point super close to his house, so I'm just going to go as close as I can. He lives on the western side of the swamp. And I can't make it through here without BowWow to eat those flowers, so we have to go a long way through the woods. This is his house right here. He opens the letter from Christine the goat, who is pretending to be Princess Peach, so she is a catfish. He gives us a broom, which is actually wanted by Grandma Yahoo, who is back in Mabe Village. And I'm gonna keep going down this hole. So I'm just gonna head back through the woods. I thought she would be home. I guess she's not at this point in the game. I did just see her in the animal village outside of Christine's house, so we'll head back that way. There she is. Grandma Yahoo's hanging out here. Give her the broom. She gives us the fishing hook, and it's totally fine that we had to come back to the animal village for this because this is the area we need to be in for the next trade. However, you do need to have the flippers from the 4th dungeon in order to proceed. You can just head into the water right here and just go under this bridge. You don't need to dive or anything. Swim up to the boat and press A to jump onto it. Talk to the fisherman. We give him the fishing hook, and he's going to give us our next catch, which is a big one. And it turns out it's a necklace. The necklace's recipient is actually very close. You don't even have to get out of the water, just swim a little bit north. And there's a mermaid hanging out right here, and she lost her necklace. Go ahead and rip off a scale from her tail. And she swims away. The next portion, you do need the hook shot from the 5th dungeon in order to proceed. Head across this gap, avoid the electrified guys, and there's a statue of a mermaid right here. If you check it, you can put the scale back in it, and it reveals a secret staircase. With the magnifying glass. So now we can see there were a bunch of invisible enemies here that we couldn't previously see. Magnifying glass is really the last step in the trading sequence that we need, but you can get one more cool thing with it, which is the boomerang. So I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll take the final step of finding the route to the final boss, which is what we did this trading sequence in the first place for. We're going to be going to the beach to get the boomerang. Martha's Bay is the closest warp point. Make sure you have some bombs handy at this point because we need to blow open this little cave wall. Whoops. You can only see this guy if you do have the magnifying lens. And he says something washed up on the beach, and he wants to trade it for an item that you have on your X or Y button. I didn't prepare for this, so I'm going to back out, but I'm going to trade him my shovel because we don't really need it at this point in the game, and you can always buy it back from him if you want your item back, or if you sold him the wrong item. Now we have the boomerang. It's just really handy to have to complete the rest of the game, but it is optional to acquire. And for the last step, we're gonna head back up toward the village and stop at the library. Inside the library, this bottom right book that looks a little bit different from the others. Now that we have the magnifying lens, we can read it. Dark Secrets and Mysteries of Kaholand. So it shows you a series of arrows, and this is randomized for every game file, save file that you have. So yours will not be the same as mine. So write it down or take a picture of it, however you can best remember it, because you will need it once you're inside the windfish's egg and heading toward the final boss. And that's it. We have completed the trading sequence, and I hope that was helpful for you.